Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to talk about, my name is Priest Journey, and today we're going to talk about my process of transferring my web novel series, The Archives BFF Lost Files, from my personal website that's being hosted on Wix right now to Inkitt, which is like a publishing site for independent writers who want to get their stuff out. It's kind of like Wattpad. It's kind of like there's a couple out there. I just needed a place. I just needed a website, to be honest, to just host it. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Let's get into the video. So one thing that I have learned in this process is definitely understanding the beauty, the absolute beauty of having everything saved somewhere. Because the amount of copy and paste that I had to do was insane. And it really gets insane. I mean, it was a lot. I had so many... I didn't even have that many web novels, and for context, like web novels can go on for hundreds and hundreds or even thousands of chapters. The good news is I only had like 40, no, I had under 40 chapters, so it wasn't that much, but it was still a lot. And if you saw my last video, reason why I had to transfer my files from my personal website and I had to find a new home for it is simply because there really wasn't a place where I could host it on my own place. I have a limit apparently where it's 100 pages that I can create on my own site, and I rather reserve those 100 pages for like the meet and greets, the good news, obviously, the prayer request form, updates, and little extra bonus content, including my place. It's a home place for my chapter books and my graphic novels, so just throwing my web novels on there would really clutter up it and then make it really unusable. So I had to find a new home for it, and then the place that the Lord led me to was Inkitt. Now, going back on Inkitt after not being on it for over a year and a half or maybe 2 years was a little interesting. She's a little grown. There's a lot of grown stuff on there. A little bit of, yeah, there was a lot of those. I was like, oh, this is interesting. But again, that's like any of these like places where you can post your own stories. You're going to find a very large amount of secular stuff on there. So, and you're like, oh, well, don't you make Christian, isn't yours a Christian novel? Yes, it does have mature topics on it. But it's not like in a way of glorifying it. At least that's not my intention. So putting it like next to those works on there is interesting, but I actually learned that there is some Christian artists or writers and authors on it. So it's not a lot, and they're not like as active as I like. There is some poetry, like Christian poetry. I think there's like a little bit of Christian romance. It's not a whole lot, but again, the app is still kind of new. There was some interesting stuff that I did learn about Inkitt. I was trying to figure out what email I had it under. Apparently, I was on the Author subscription program back in August 2023, which is weird because I think I started posting on Inkitt with my series. It's called The Secret Lies of Switch. It was on there, or TSLS. I actually liked it. I did, but I thought that calling the Archives of BFF, calling it TLS, I don't know, The Secret Lies of Switch. I thought it was just a cheap cop out, so we didn't go with it. But it was on there. It was a web novel. But it was going by the chapter books. So this is before I made chapter books. This was March 2023, and I guess I left it on there. And the creators of Inkitt, or someone from Inkitt, they reached out to me a couple of times. The first time they were kind of asking like what my story was about. I guess it came across their page. And another one was they were like, hey, we're going to put you on our author subscription program, which I didn't do too much research on it, but it sounded like it's like this way where you can get paid on Inkitt. I was super excited when I saw that. I was like, oh, okay, so there's some door open. Y'all know my little situation's a little interesting right now. So any penny counts. But when I logged into my account, I realized that I am no longer on that program because I did take it down. I did take down all my posts off of Inkitt during that time of like, I think maybe like a month after that, I took everything down. So it was fine. I'm not too like tripping over it. The upload process was so not ideal. I did not enjoy it. It took me 2 days. 2 days to get everything uploaded, 2 days to get everything get just going for the most part, and it was fine. It was fine. I think that my only concern I have with Inkitt is like, honestly, the usability of it. As a writer, I do draw pictures, so even getting those photos transfer over, the cover art and how it's presented, I'm not a fan of it. Now I did later on find out there is dark mode, and dark mode does kind of give a little bit of my website. I don't know. And which, pro tip, if you want to use bullets on, like, bulletin points on your novel on Inkitt, do not do it. It's going to jack the whole thing up. It's going to make it a hot mess. Just don't do bullet points. At least don't let it form the little dot. One thing that I learned though as I kept going though with Inkitt was really trying to make my story stand out, and also not getting rid of any assets. I remember when I first started on Inkitt, I don't recall there being like a place to upload photos. I think I had to upload it to like Jiffy and then transfer it over. I don't know, but now it works. It definitely works for sure. It's not as flawed as it was before, and overall it was fine. I did not though like how some people will come across it and they're gonna be, my story isn't like, okay, you start from chapter 1 and chapter 4 and it's linear. You hop around. That's what it is. And I try to make the table of contents to let people know that this is a new, like, oh, there's a new arrival. This is the new chapter. And they do have a place on their wall where you can post things. So like updates to people. Now, the one thing that I also am a little hesitant about, and this is just when you're posting on these places like Webtoon, Tapas, Wattpad, or even Inkitt, is that they do reviews. And the reviews, I saw this one person, she has a Christian book. It only has like one chapter, but she had got 3 stars. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, she didn't give her a chance. Like, for me, I haven't really had much reviews on my book, so the fact that people are gonna be able to review my web novel and leave stars and this, that, and the third, I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about it, but it's gonna be interesting. I already know the story, so like, I mean, I love constructive criticism, but there's not gonna be really any changes to the storyline to fit people's things. So moving forward, I felt led to add in a little intro, which is something that I did do when I first had tabs as a web novel. And I did a little one. It was cute. I drew a picture, and the picture was really, the animation, or at least, it was inspired by John Keith's Godtan's lyric video and a couple other stuff that I had. I had this vision in mind for a while, and so it was really interesting to like execute it. It's January 16th as I'm recording this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's the 16th, and CapCut is about to be deleted. So I had to get to work to get that put together, because I have a certification. My certification may be expired, but I have it. But I'm certified in After Effects. I know how to work that to the T. I know those plugins like Red Universe or Sapphire or Saber. I know all the plugins to After Effects. I know it all. I know all of them. The velocities, the keyframes, everything. Because I also went to animation school for like a year. And yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm a tweens girl. I'm not a frame for frame. I do not have the time. I know how to do frame for frame. I just don't like doing frame for frame. I rather do tweens. So I did tween animation for it using CapCut with the keyframes. And it was fine. I put everything in different layers. And you might be like, how are you going to get it onto Inkitt if it's a video? Well, I didn't need to put a video. I exported it as a GIF, actually. I converted it into a GIF afterwards. I made it 15 seconds. And I used John Keith's 2 a.m. I love that song. But I use it as a background noise. It's not on Inkitt, obviously, for copyright reasons, obviously, and can't upload video. But I did use it as a gauger to kind of just see the pacing of it. And so I uploaded that. I converted it, and I tried to upload it onto Inkitt. And I got into a problem, which is there's a limit. Now, one of my entries, one of the 2018 ones, there is a GIF, and it did let me upload it. But that GIF was around 4 megabytes. The GIF that I tried to upload for my intro was around 11 megabytes. So I had to go into a compressor. There's plenty of free GIF compressors on the internet. And I compressed it to about 57%, and it compressed it to around 4. megabytes, and it let me upload it. So that's a little pro tip. If you want to add animations, just do it as a GIF, but just make it low and don't make them long, because I tried to upload like a minute long GIF, it did not let me. So there's obviously a limit. It's not about the length that's the problem, it's the size file. So just keep that in mind. Overall, it was fine. And then the upload process, again, just getting all of the Bible verses took a while. It's just a lot of copy and pasting. And I think I tried to separate it to where it's like, okay, so if you were at the table of contents, you won't get too lost in the chapters and the dates. But overall, I think it's fine. Yeah. So yeah, it came into a little bit of problems here and there, but overall, it was fine. But if you guys would like to support and read the thing, leave a review. It's available now. You can now comment on chapters now. You can, like any of them on Inkitt. Will I put onto different platforms? The Spirit's telling me no right now. So no, it's just going to be on Inkitt. It's free to download. You can also read it on the web. However, I try to check it on my iPad. It's not showing up. I did submit it today on January 6th at I don't even know. It's like around 1 p.m. right now. So I submitted about 20 minutes ago. So it's still not on search, but I'll try to see if I can link it in the description, or I'll just put the title when it's uploaded. But overall, yeah, it's really there. Make sure you donate so that we can get things going, and so I can start saving up for this film production, and then we can also pay the lights. We gotta pay the light bill. We gotta pay the light bill for the TV thing, or not TV, the website. So if you want to share and donate, $1 or $2, I'll take it. And I pray that the Lord blesses you in 30, 60, and 100 tenfold. Yay. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. It wasn't a long one, but it was a process. And I hope you enjoy the process of it all. If you are called to make creative stuff, like be a writer, be a comic book artist, a manga artist, a singer, a rapper, anything creative or anything not creative, maybe something with your hands, just do it. It's 2025, still January. It's not too late to get started on something, or at least learn about it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next. Bye.